Follow me for more money conversations. So this past week, the Producer Price Index report was released, and to be honest, that shit just wasn't good. For those that don't know what PPI is, just think about it as inflation for producers or manufacturers of America. Month over month, we rose almost a full percentage point, and that's that's a big deal. I'm gonna be honest. This is probably the most significant data that we've gotten to date about Trump's tariff policies. And I don't know if this shit getting enough attention, really. This is tangible evidence that tariffs are proving to be inflationary. The main reason that this should be a cause for concern is that an increase in PPI typically leads to an increase in CPI. That means it's probably only a matter of time before we get data released that shows that there was an uptick in consumer prices. In my last video, I talked about how everyone in the supply chain pretty much just tries to pass the cost on to the next person. This PPI report is evidence that the first person in line got hit. Tariffs affect the producers first, the consumers last. It's just a trickle-down effect. Pretty much everybody and their mom is expecting or hoping that next month in September, the Fed is gonna finally cut rates after all this time. I think that this report alone, it kind of creates a little bit more hesitancy, because if the Fed is really thinking every single little detail through, you really got to wait to see how this report affects all the others. And that in itself creates a time lapse for all these different reports to come out to show how this trickle down effect is actually happening and impacting other prices. You're gonna have to wait some more. If it takes longer, they might not cut next month. And if everybody's expecting that we're gonna cut rates in September and we don't, the market's gonna drop like all hell. Now, I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, because the odds are still pretty much as high as ever. I mean, they're still around like 90%. The fact that this report allowed us to kind of step back a little bit and be like, whoa, go from even 100% to something like 90%, there's a lot to say within that 10% is my point is all. But this just kind of goes to show you that if tariffs didn't happen, we probably would have maybe cut rates by now. We gotta wait to see how shit plays out. We'll see how it shakes up.